welcome onto the show, Du'Plessis Kirifi. Du'Plessis, welcome. We are huge fans of yours. We've been talking about it for ages. Jibber particularly gets up at 5 a.m, gets into the gym every morning.
I'm chasing his quads.
Leg day stuff, yeah.
I'm chasing his quads.
Yeah.
He knows though. I always I said, how many phone calls you got? You're close. Now he's made it. How does it feel, mate? Like, I know how hard you've worked. Everyone knows how hard you've worked, but the energy you've put into it, you must be feeling pretty special now going into the rugby championship.
Yeah, cheers boys for having me on. Awesome feeling and experience, I guess, obviously being named and then being lucky enough to play. But yeah, just really grateful for all the support. Obviously, you noted our conversations over the years, and being able to play at home in front of family and friends was really special, as well as I know, a lot of players make their debut overseas. So for it to be easy for a lot of my circle and my family and friends to be there was an awesome part of the journey.
Awesome. One of the things we love about you is your energy, like on the field, off the field. Is that means that that's just part of you, or is it something you've built up over time?
No, it's part of me. I've actually had to build it down,
Hold it back.
I would say, over time. You know what it's like. When you're young, you're just trying to show everyone how good you are, and no one actually really cares about how good you are. They just want to see how hard you can work. So I learned that the hard way when I was a young man. Had to tone the energy down a little bit. And over the last years, it's definitely been an area of growth for me around not just being white noise, but how can that be an effective tool for myself and my teammates? Sometimes in the heat of the moment. I wear my heart on my sleeve, but have definitely had to learn to channel it in the right direction, and not just be a foghorn.
Can I talk to you about your leadership though? Because it is a growth in your game that has sort of shone through. I mean, the amount of texts I had from overseas television colleagues wanting to wish you well. And I think if you look at when you guys lost in Canberra and the way you spoke about, the community and what you play for and bringing the Hurricanes fans with you, is very authentic and people are attracted to it. Is that something that just comes naturally, or have you really worked at the way you articulate your, I suppose, gratitude?
Great question. Usually what I'm talking about is authentic. So, if I'm talking about the community or I'm acknowledging the other team, that's actually how I feel, which I guess leads into me always just trying to be, authentic and true in how I talk and honest. And not give, I guess, the cliches or the stereotypical post-game spiels. And often when you lose, you're actually extremely disappointed. So sometimes that comes out in how you talk. But I think as long as you, are gracious in defeat and speak openly and honestly about the game or the opposition, it's going to come across in a great way, in a relatable way. And I guess that's just something that I've tried to achieve when I speak after games. And obviously, it's a bit easier to talk when you win because you're a little bit happier. But, I guess it's a skill to be able to talk well and be humble and acknowledge everyone, both sides of the ball when you win and lose. But that's such a small part of my leadership. It's just a little bit at the end of the week after all the work's done and the game's finished that, jump in front of the mic sometimes.
What does it look like during the week if you sort of peel it back? Because the Wellington Lions, man, looks like they would go to war for you 3 times a day. The Hurricanes have probably trended in the same direction this year. I know there was 4 skippers, but you were sort of the main on-field leader. How do you bring a group of men together?
You noted the 4 captains. The other 3 will say exactly the same thing. You've got to lead by example. There's got to be the be-all and end-all, really. Actions, how you carry yourself, your habits throughout the week. And then all the other little things come on top of that. But you just got to lead by example with what you do every day, the things that everyone sees all the time. And not just in pockets, not here or there or when you're feeling good. Because sometimes the last thing you want to do is be the example after a tough loss. But that's probably the most important time to lead and, I guess, be the teammate that you want other teammates to be. So that's what all 4 of us try to achieve. And then with Wellington, just the same. Surrounded by great leaders, Brad Shields, Jackson, Jules, boys who have been there for a long time, longer than I've been there, because they're really old. You know, but just people who are born and bred Wellington, who love the province and would do anything for it. So to be surrounded by those guys is I'm really fortunate to learn off them and grow alongside them.
Mm. That kind of clarity that you have in your approach, does that really help you when you get into the All Blacks scenario? You know, because you come in as a more junior player, not the senior leader, but that clarity gets you to where you need to be.
The plus side of me coming in a little bit older, not too old, is having the experience from getting my weeks right, or my habits right, or my prep right, with the Hurricanes and the Lions and various other teams over the years. So feeling confident in how I prep myself for a game and what my week looks like has definitely helped me, pick up, I guess, the new workload that's involved of being in the All Blacks. It's definitely a lift in intensity, a lift in speed, a rise in detail. So yeah, that definitely helps, having a little bit of experience in my back pocket. But it's no mean feat. It's a beast going into the All Blacks, and yeah, it's not a lot. The magnitude of the amount of work that we do, and yeah, it's not lost on me at all.
They say, obviously, you are a product of your environment. How important has your partner been? Obviously, a professional athlete as well. Just having that sort of focus, both of you, to be representing your country.
I genuinely wouldn't be here if it wasn't in a large part to do with her. Yeah, we've been together ages now, but yeah, I was all over the show when we met, and she challenged me in a lot of ways to be better and grow up pretty much. So extremely thankful for the part that she's played in my journey. But yeah, we just support each other, you know, as much as we can. And a cool part about what we do is being able to understand the challenges that come with each other's jobs, but also being able to support each other through those. And I've just been trying to catch up to her for a while, because she's obviously been a silver fern for a few years. So yeah, but proud moment for both of us, and always in each other's corner, good or bad.
Part of growing up, I suppose, for you is being in the Naki, and we've seen videos of Geordie talking about the two of you going through school together and rugby team together. He also mentioned that you spent a bit of time on their farm. What was that like? Does Smiley run a pretty strong operation there? Yeah,
went to Francis Douglas in New Plymouth, and a lot of the boys are boarders, so they live like half an hour up the road, and Geordie was one of them. But yeah, any weekend after rugby or holidays, I'd end up just out there on someone's farm, milking the cows and yeah, doing all sorts. Smiley runs a tight cutter, and when he's not there, far out. Yeah, no, it was an awesome experience for me, obviously growing up in the city, just to spend time out there in rural Taranaki, and a lot of fond memories. Not sure if I can say. But yeah, health and safety wasn't too big of a priority back when we were kids. But yeah, fond memories out there. Yeah.
Yeah. Was it amazing to see the four boys, you know, all of you now the Kane did well as well. You've done well. The other three, Barretts and the All Blacks with you, have done well. Was it amazing to see the progress of all of them? Have you followed it closely, and did you see that it was coming?
You could always see the Barretts doing well. I guess with Kane, he set the precedent and kept the New Zealand schools, 20s, went on to play for the Blues, and then all the boys just followed suit. But not just them, there's a lot of boys from our school who've done well over the years, and to see the likes of, Rika Riccatelli, Taorangi Walden, Jacob Netkins, that's just to name a few, to go on and represent Francis Douglas and New Plymouth or Taranaki really well has been awesome, and to be a part of that kind of group, to have come from our small, humble school in the corner of New Plymouth, is pretty special.
Now, one of the things Chips always likes to talk about on our show is winning races. He's all about winning races.
Win races.
Yeah.
Rugby.
Tell us what it is that you look for to win a race.
To a ruck?
Yeah.
As we all know, it's been a work on of mine, especially in the earlier days. I'd give away a few penalties, and it wasn't due to. It was because I would look at a picture and be like, I can get that, even though realistically it was like a 20% chance, if you know what I mean. So being able to adjust that picture or that percentage in my head to only go for the ones that are like definites has helped a lot, and that's helped clear the picture up for me. But yeah, I'm just looking for space, like literally 2 seconds. If their cleaner's been checked off, if the guy inside me has made an amazing chop tackle and put him on the ground straight away, just little cues. Or areas on the field as well. If it's out wide, a winger or a fullback might be isolated, or they might not be isolated, but the guy trying to clean me out is half my size. So yeah, there's heaps of things that you can take into account, but just trying to be as accurate as possible and not bring any more pressure onto the team by making a wrong decision.
You've basically carved out a rock. And I think like one of the biggest things you probably work on is your ball carry. If you look at Super Rugby this season, you're in the top 5 for dominant carries across the whole competition. What work have you put in there? Because it seemed to raise a level this season.
Great question, Jip. Yeah, it went up. I put a lot of work into it. I put a lot of size on this year, put like 5 kgs on. Because I'm obviously not the biggest.
Yeah, big mate.
So I got to get bigger. But yeah, just wanting to grow every area of my game really, and that's both sides of the ball. But I enjoy carrying the ball. I just know that the people in front of me are only going to get bigger and bigger, so just got to keep working on ways to, make 1 or 2 meters and put my team on the front foot. So footwork, catching the ball early to give myself time to look up and see what's going on. But sometimes at the end of the day, it's not perfect, and you just got to bite down on the mouth guard and rev it up, which I can do every day of the week. So, I just enjoy a contest, the physical contest. Both sides of the ball, bro.
Is that extras at the end of training where you're going one-on-one with someone? How do you kind of practice those elements of your game?
Training ticks nearly every box, but maybe not at a volume that you're after. So after training, you'd go and work on like a specific skill with someone else who was also trying to work on that. And I think that's where the real gold is, because it's under fatigue. You're getting high reps at a certain, at a specific thing, and that's where you can start to see the growth. And you do that twice a week, 5 weeks in a row. You're gonna start to see improvements in that area.
You got to find some poor bloke who wants to tackle you for half an hour afterwards.
Oh well, I have to tackle him as well. So 2 sides of the coin. Yeah, but we look after each other. You're not trying to run each other over. But yeah, exactly, bro. All of us are there to get better, but we're also there to help each other get better. So you're never short of training partners after training.
Like when you sit down and you watch a game of footy, are there certain players who get you on the edge of your seat?
Cam Roygaard, just his ability to just make something out of like nothing when you least expect it is really uncanny. And then another one is Ruben. Just a special young man. This isn't just because I play for the Hurricanes. It's not a talent, bro. Because they're amazing players all over. So, but I guess for me personally, like I get to see these guys work every week, and then to see them play, and they do these amazing things. It just doesn't surprise me or others around me. But yeah, those two and Billy Proctor, like just his IQ and his ability to make the player either side of him better is like a real strength of his, and something that I try to copy and grow off. So yeah, Toops had an amazing year for the Chiefs. Artie had some season for Moana. Tangitau played pretty brilliantly for the Highlanders, and like even boys like Christian had like what a year he had for the Crusaders. So there's plenty of players throughout New Zealand who you can watch and be like, awesome job this year. But I think that's what makes our competition so great, is that there's people that are putting their hand up every week in every team, so you're never short of competition.
Awesome job from you too, mate. You've had a great year. Thanks for joining us on the show.
You're our favourite.
Cheers, guys.